Hi guys, Wayne's Butler here. Well, this is this review that I promised. I thought I'd do it up here, or I'd try it up here, just to give this figure a little different light instead of that kind of that drab down there in the living room. I want to try and put this figure in the best light possible. First, want to start by thanking everybody for the great comments on the unboxing. You know, it was what it was. Just trying to keep it real. Still feeling that way today about this figure. So where do we start, I suppose? Oh, the other thing I wanted to thank too is all my new subscribers. I've gotten quite a number of people in the last couple of days, so my love goes out to you and I appreciate it. Oh, and I also want to thank Rhino for the shout out that he put in that video that he uploaded the other day, so love to you there, bro. But let's get on with this review. We got 25 minutes before my memory card runs out. First, I want to start by talking about this cape. Now, the cape that you see on this figure right now is not the factory cape, obviously. What I've done is I was able to get the enter bay, I had a spare enter bay cape. I have the custom cape on the Beast, so I had this laying around, and ever since I've ordered this figure, I thought, geez, this cape might actually work, because it's actually a short one. So luckily, the cape fits and it looks fantastic. I mean, it really brings this figure to the next level. The other cape that was on it, the factory cape, what the hell is it? The material here, it's hard to tell. It looks like it might be the same as the DX12. I'm not really sure. Just that there's more of it, so there's a lot weightier. But it's still, you know, it's better. It's not quite there, obviously. I mean, it just doesn't hang quite right. It kind of bunches up at the back too, like the DX12s. So I mean, I was able to get this enter bay cape on it, and as you can see, it looks very movie accurate. I'm loving it. How I attached it actually is there's clips on the factory cape, very similar to the DX12 and DX02. Just that obviously they're bigger. They fit into the body exactly the same way. So the thread's pretty big on it. So I figured that, you know, I'm going to cut these clips off and I could easily sew them back on. So that's what I actually used, was those clips, and I just kind of put the very tip of the cape in and put the clips in, snap them down. Bob's your uncle, and here it is. So you'll be getting a shot around the figure in the slideshow, but like I said, I just want to try and get this figure in the best possible light. So let's go down the body on this thing. Now, I didn't really touch on this in the unboxing, but this cowl. Now, this cowl, as of now, is the most accurate Dark Knight cowl that's been done. I know Hottoys has, you know, taken a stab in the dark a few times with the V1 and the DX02 and the DX12. You know, then the Medicon cowl being, you know, the most accurate, and there's always this debate going on. Well, you know, as of now, the debate's kind of over, because they've nailed it. You know, they've nailed it. And the faceplate and the eyes, I mean, it actually looks like Christian Bale's under this cowl. I mean, it's just a spitting image of him. And if you know, just one scene, for example, I know Retine mentioned it in his review, and I agree. If the faceplate that's on this now, if you go to the scene where Batman's in the cockpit at the very end, before the bomb goes off, that shot, that when they show his cowl, I mean, this is the look that it has. That's why I actually really like this, you know, this relaxed mouthpiece. And the other major thing about this cowl, obviously, is the piers. Now, the piers system is exactly like the Hulk, only just a little bit smaller. And I actually prefer it that way. I know there's, you know, when you get all that mechanical stuff going on in there, and with single joystick, you know, always get one eye goofy looking, and you know, the things break and stuff. So I actually prefer, because you can, you know, really pinpoint where you want the eyes to go. And surprisingly enough, because I remember when I looked at the Pics, I actually kind of thought, geez, God, I hope it doesn't look all googly eyed like the DX12, but absolutely 100% not. That's one of those things, like that's the funny thing about HD camera, you know, like I've said before in a past video, you get spoiled, because the human eye can't see what an HD camera can see. So, you know, sometimes, you know, things can be kind of deceiving. So anyways, that's the pier system. Single joysticks, like I said, for each one. You know, it doesn't matter really where you point the eyes. It looks great. And the mouthpiece, like I said, it actually looks like it's part of the head sculpt. Unlike some of the past ones where the mouthpieces would look like they were a different sculpt than the actual head sculpt. So not this time. I mean, it's a dead ringer. And you get down into the body, the upper chest armor, it's hard plastic, and the shoulder armors are kind of a hard plastic, but everything else is like a soft rubber. Those side pieces, even the gauntlets, the gloves, the boots, everything's kind of like a soft rubber. And yeah, and get into our articulation. All the joints, almost all the joints are ratchet joints. The all elbow joints are ratchet. The knee joints are ratchet. It's got, you got your standard ab articulation, the waist turns. I don't need to demonstrate that here, guys. I mean, you already know how to work these figures. As far as restricting issues with it, it's the same as the DX12. The joints are really stiff. There's one thing I love about this figure. This figure will stand all day long without a stand. The joints are really stiff on it, but not so stiff that you can't move them. So that's something that I'm really loving about this figure. I've actually had it standing here ever since the unboxing. I've kind of anxiety ridden at work today, thinking, oh God, please don't fall. But I got full confidence that this figure will stand without a stand. Now, if you live in earthquake territory, you're kind of on your own, but you should be okay. But then you get down into the belt. The belt's standard, articulated, kind of like a watch. It's not the same size as the inner bay. The inner bay is actually a little bit bigger, just because, as we know, the figures are taller. So there's a scale difference. So there's really nothing on this figure that you could interchange with the inner bay one. So that kind of ends the belt debate, but someone may try it anyways. And what I love about this figure, guys, I mean, it's really hard, to kind of get your head wrapped around this, because when you consider what's gone into this as far as engineering, as far as the rubber suit goes, and everything like that, I mean, and then to bring that at $500 bucks, I mean, this looks like a figure that was custom made, for a couple $1,000s. Now, God, I hope the scalpers aren't listening to that, but yeah, I mean, it looks like a custom figure, and it's the best representation of the Dark Knight suit made today. I challenge anybody out there right now to do better, because I doubt it, because this is as good as it gets. Now, you guys know how cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs when it comes to Batman goes, so if I say this figure is golden, it's golden, and you're not going to get a better representation at all. And the stand that you see it on isn't a stand that it's going to be staying on. This is actually where I have my Bruce Lee. Like I said, I just wanted to kind of put this in the best light. And I think that's, what else is it? The hands, that's the last one I want to talk about. The hands, there's a bit of restrictability with the way the gloves go up into the gauntlets. You can't really tip the fist in, or you can turn them. But you can turn them, but there's a big gap shows up in here, when you turn the fist. And oh yeah, the belt accessories. I like these better than the magnets. You just kind of clip over the belt. They kind of snap on. Kind of like that. They just snap on. The one over here that I really like, when you actually snap them on, you feel like you're going to break them, but don't worry about it. You should be all right. The one over here is actually the drill, where he drills out the brick in the Dark Knight, where he's trying to get the fingerprint off that bullet. That actually unfolds, and the drill bit actually comes out. When you guys get in the figure, you'll see that. It's kind of cool. Kind of a neat little detail. The only thing I don't like about the boots, or the articulation of the boots, the feet will, they'll rock back and forth like this, but it won't turn. I don't think it's on a ball. It looks like it's more on a hinge. So it might make articulation, kind of funny. Like, you can't. It'll rock, but it won't rock this way. Not a really big issue. Like I say, I'm not a major poser. I kind of like the museum pose. Like actually the pose you see it now is probably the pose that it's going to stay in. That's just what works for me. I just like most of my Batmans in, you know, some sort of museum pose. So I guess that's it with the body. I got the accessories here, guys. I'm just going to back up a bit. I think I've covered everything. Actually, to be honest with you guys, this is actually take 2. So I don't do take 2s very good because I start forgetting what I'm saying. So bear with me. And let's talk about the accessories. Like I say, I got 25 minutes. I hope that shows up all right. Yeah, try that. So anyway, we'll go through the accessories here. We'll start over here in the corner in the base. Like I said yesterday, the Scarecrow mask is just molded plastic. I haven't got all the pieces in here, guys. Molded plastic, your standard Joker mask. And this damn Bane mask, every time I look at it, I get pissed off because we need a figure. You know what I mean? That's just teasing me. We really need a Bane figure. Then you get down into the sonar head. Not a big fan of the sonar head. I like the mouthpiece that's in it. It's kind of a semi-open mouth with the teeth showing. Then you got the wide open mouth with the teeth showing, and kind of a pouty mouth with teeth showing. By the looks of it, yeah, you can actually see teeth in there. So Hottoys is really up in their game when it comes to paint apps on teeth. Then you get into the back cowl. It's a nice accessory, and a lot of you guys out there are going to be using it. When you actually put it beside the head sculpt, you try and imagine, will that head look like it would fit in there? Yeah, probably. He didn't have the hair. I know in the actual movie, Christian Bale wears kind of not a bald cap, but a cap over his head before putting the cowl on. So it looks like, yeah, it's to scale. And then you get into the grappling gun. The grappling gun, it's got removable cartridge. Yeah, it fits in there. Cocks. And like I say, you got the mouthpieces. I don't know how well that's going to show up, but hopefully it'll come through in the slideshow. That's the wide open one. That's like the little pouty one. Then you get into all the hands. You got 6, 8 hands. You know, some to hold the gun. They're actually detailed really good. They're kind of a soft rubber, which makes changing them pretty easy. And then you get the ring for the head sculpt, standard stuff. The backpack looks just like the DX02, just big. And this cool item here, obviously the sticky bomb gun. You know, the detail on it just, you know, it's amazing. Like amazing. It unfolds. You know, just again, like the DX02. But unlike the DX02, it's not magnetic. There's actually, well, I don't have them here. It's not that important, but there's clips. It clips into the gun, and then it clips onto the back of the belt. No, nothing magnetic. What else are we looking at here? Then you get this all the standard stuff that you normally get with Batman. Batarangs, a couple of the hooks for the grappling gun. The hand mine. What else here? Well, and this is the other weird thing. Hopefully this will kind of show through. You got these 2 sculpts here. 2 Christian Bale. Now I already talked about it. The Inner Bay one, more of when he was young, and the one on the left here is when he's older. Apparently, I'm just guessing what was in Hottoys' head, but you know, both very, very good. But the eyes on the Inner Bay one is a little bit odd, but still, like I said yesterday, doesn't mean it's crap. But I'll show them to you again, guys. If you notice, they're almost the same. They're the same size of head. That's what's kind of odd. You could actually interchange the heads on either body. I don't know if the neck plugs are the same. I took the neck plug actually out of that. It's actually in the Inner Bay Joker head. But yeah, so you got to figure that's 1 inch shorter than the other one. So you're thinking that, and the belts are small. Like just you clearly got a scale, but the head sculpts are exactly the same size. So that's kind of funny. I probably won't use the head sculpt. Like you say, I like the Batman just the way I have it here right now. It'll probably stay like that for a bit. And then we get into the dial stand. Like I said, I don't have it all hooked up because I'm going to be taking it apart again. But it's cool. It's the stand that we've all been waiting for. I mean, finally Hottoys is starting to give us, you know, some dioramic stands. Funny thing with me though, I probably won't use a stand. I'm kind of torn on what I'm going to be doing. You know, that's why I kind of want to wait till I get the figure. Sometimes it would inspire me in different ways, and I actually had planned on putting this in a, you know, one of the bigger showcases. And I don't. The obelisk coming out of the ground, I don't know if it's going to work for me. So I have a couple other ideas. Hopefully we can get going on that, because I might want to put it in a smaller showcase. Plus the other good reason for putting it in a smaller showcase, it can sit right where it's sitting. When I get into that next size up, I have to build something for it. I'm really kind of running out of room. And that beast is over behind me there. It's staying right where it is. As far as which is better, I'm standing here. I come up here the other night and I'm looking at both figures and I can't make my mind up because they both have their pluses, both have their, well, this figure has very little minuses. The issues that I have with the Begins, it's my favorite suit. And Enterbay, you know, nailed it almost perfect, and with the mods and stuff, and you know, so. But I'm loving this figure big time, and I'm no less excited about it than I was when I did the unboxing. I just said I'm really busy at work today, so I'm a little bit beat, and this is take 2. But so I think we covered everything. I'm not the best at reviewing things, but so we got articulation. Standard articulation, ratcheted joints, magnetic head, the neck is perfect, the proportions are perfect. I mean, that actually looks like there's a human body underneath this suit. That's one of the issues I had with the DX12. It just didn't look like there was a body underneath it, and the body that would be underneath it would be like super skinny. This is all buffed up in all the right places. Like I said in the unboxing, the back is perfect on it. Actually, you can see where the ribs are and where you have that little channel where your spine is. You know, it has sculpt to it, but actually, and it's all sewed tight, nice. It looks real. There's a seam there where the fabric's been sewed, but it's been done really nice. And like I say, the Enterbay cape. If you guys, any of you guys out there who have the Enterbay figure and had a custom cape on it, you got the Enterbay one laying around, I strongly suggest you use it because it's, you know, it's the best material. I don't know why Hottoys can't use this fabric. I mean, they make it, obviously. I mean, this fabric is perfect for this cape, you know, for any cape, or 1/4 anyways. See, the thing with a lot of the great custom capes that have been made for the 1/6 figures, they, you know, start to use the rayon, and it looks really good and hangs well, but rayon's a little bit thin. I mean, unless you want to double it up or, you know, that kind of thing. But I'm going to be really curious to see what the customizers do. But as far as capes go, right now, this Enterbay cape does it for me. It's the right length, the combat length. For me, I don't really think the Dark Knight figure pulls off that long flowing cape look. That's, you know, kind of Batman Begins suits thing. I think this suit here actually looks better with the combat cape, the short one. And like I say, this cape is like the perfect length, according to the movie. And here we're running up 18 minutes. Hopefully I've covered everything. So we got all the accessories, the figure, the cape, and I think that's about it, guys. We'll start working on this slideshow, kind of put that together. I'm running a little late tonight, so I think that's it. Thanks again, guys, for all your support. I love you. Wayne's Butler signing off. Peace and love to all.
colors.